Hello everyone, my name of course is Resonant and welcome back to a new video. Now this is just going to be a quick short video as I am still very ill and I am working on a new Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord video that should be coming out in the next few days, but writing the script and things for that is taking a bit longer than I thought because it's a topic which I'm trying to do as much research on as possible. But without further ado, this is going to be a video on a new update that has been brought out about the Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. Now, this game, as many of you do know, is probably going to be one of the biggest scale games actually ever made. I have made a video on it in the past if you want to go and check it out. But in this game, you can basically pit thousands and thousands of different troops from different time eras and even stuff like chickens and penguins against each other. And it is a bit of fun and it's going to be very cool. If you want more details, go and check out my other video. But in this video, I'm going to be going over and showing you guys some footage from a new update that is coming out talking about being able to play as an individual soldier among the tens and thousands of men that you'll be playing with. Now, this is very exciting for me. As many of you know, the main game I have played on this channel is Mount and Blade Warband, and that is a game where you go into third person, or first person of course, and you can command your troops, but you are there on the battlefield. At first we thought this game was going to be very much like Total War, or the most realistic battle simulator game, a bit across in between, where you have all these massive units and the large numbers, but you can't actually control them. But from what we have actually seen in the video that has just been released that we'll be playing in the background, you will in fact be able to control whichever unit you want to, and that may or may not affect the outcome of the battle. Now, this is very interesting to me, especially as you will be able to get down there, get down and dirty, and it means they have actually developed some sort of mechanics in a combat system. Now, of course, we are not expecting it to be as in-depth combat system as something like Mount and Blade, but it's a combat system nonetheless, and as we can see in some of the videos and the footage in the background, you can hit and you can block. In this we see the player picking one, I think it was the Golden Knight, which is a very overpowered unit. But because the player is picking this, that means that they'll be able to control who they attack and where they go. It was also said in the video that the red markers, or the red highlighted around the enemy troops, means that they're the troops that are locked onto you. Now, what this frees up is some sort of strategy in this game, and of course, because the battles are on such large scales, strategy is going to be limited, as you won't necessarily be able to tell everyone where to go at one time. But let's say you want to set up some sort of trap, and you will be able to actually try and lure some enemies in if they are locked onto you, and it's kind of good for some sort of micromanaging strategy, but you won't have the whole macro strategy like you do in the Total War games. Now, of course, you can play any of the troops you want. Once your guy dies, you can move on to another one. You can move to another team. It doesn't really matter. And what I'm really excited is I really want to be able to play as maybe a Roman soldier going into battle against knights with my fellow troops, holding up my shield and going and stabbing. Now, of course, your health is on the screen, so you do have a certain amount of health. You are not invincible, but you will take up the characteristics of the troop or unit you are playing. For example, going back to the Golden Knight, in the video it did mention that the Golden Knights have a special ability where they're able to hit multiple troops at once. The player is actually able to use this special ability, and you'll see in the footage that he is hitting multiple units at once. Now, this kind of interested me because it meant that will the player be able to take up any characteristic of any troop in the game at one time? Let's say you're playing as a Roman Legionnaire. Will you have an advantage in a shield wall? Will you have to work together with your friends? Or let's say you're even playing as something like a chicken, where you get some special advantages used if you are playing as that unit. I think this is a really good idea that they've put this into the game, and of course it won't be perfect. Having such large scale battles and getting right in there, they won't be able to have a massively complex melee system. But there is something there, and maybe they'll be able to improve it to a point that will actually satisfy players and make people really want to get down into the battle and playing as one unit or another. But overall, that is pretty much what this update has brought out. Me, myself, am very excited for this game. I really want to get my hands on it as soon as possible. Please tell me your thoughts down below. Now, of course, this was a very short video because I am incredibly ill, and I just really wanted to inform you guys about this. But other than that, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to leave a like. If you didn't, you know what to do. But subscribe if you actually haven't already to my channel, and I'll bring you more news and updates on this game and more upcoming games. And also, you'll see that I do some live commentary gameplay on stuff like Tiger Knight, Empire War, and Mount and Blade, and all that good stuff. But other than that, guys, I will see you in the next one.